Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise to Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and you brothers out there to the four corners of the earth teaching the truth and sincerity. Shalom. And I just wanted to go over a few scriptures, about striving for this truth unto death, and we use a couple scriptures to back it up. An example of our brother in the scriptures that that strived until death, for not forsaking the ways of our fathers, not transgressing the ways. All right, so first I'm gonna start off with Ecclesiastes 4:28. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So in this truth, once, like I was saying, you gotta strive unto death, by any means. No matter what this situation may be brought upon you. You have to strive for the truth unto death. And it says the Lord shall fight for thee. That's right, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi will fight for his men, What we also know is some of us, will also be martyrs for this truth too, which is also a beautiful thing in the sight of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. All right, but I'm gonna give you an example, of the Maccabee brothers, because what King Antiochus did was, basically he tortured the 7 brethren, and the mom was right there to witness. And in all basics, he wanted them to transgress the ways of their fathers, the law, the laws, statutes, commandments, things like that. Well, that's what it was, He wanted them to transgress the ways, and they wasn't having it. So, basically, I'm just gonna pull out the count, and you'll see. But this is the type of mindset that you have to have in this truth, because these things may, Every brother got his own, what's the word I could say? Every brother have his own path, but some brothers may be martyrs, some brothers may be in prison, just different things. Everyone has their own lot, So with the count, with 2 Maccabees 7:1, it says, and it came to pass also that 7 brethren with their mother were taken and compelled by the king against the law to taste swine's flesh, and were tormented with scourges and whips. Well, we know about the count of the law, about not eating abominable foods and things like that. So we know what they was talking about was what? The scriptures, the ways of their fathers. So, and it says, but one of them that spake first said thus, what wouldest thou ask or learn of us? We are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. So that's the mindset you gotta have. As how one of these brothers said it. I'm gonna read it again. He says, we are ready to die rather than to transgress the laws of our fathers. That's the mindset you gotta be in, and these are the times that we're coming in. Then the king, being enraged, commanded pans and cauldrons to be made hot, which forthwith being heated, he commanded to cut out the tongue of him that spake first, and to cut off the utmost parts of his body, the rest of his brother and his mother looking on. Now when he was thus maimed in all his members, he commanded him, being yet alive, to be brought to the fire, and to be fried in the pan. And as the vapor of the pan was for a good space dispersed, they exhorted one another with the mother to die manfully, saying thus, the Lord power look upon us, and in truth have comfort in us, as Moses and his son which witness to their faces declared, saying, and he shall be comforted in his servants. So when the first was dead after this manner, they brought the second to make him a mocking stock. And when they had pulled off the skin of his head with the hair, they asked him, wilt thou eat before thou be punished throughout every member of the body? But he answered in his own language and said, no. Wherefore he also received the next torment in order as the former did. And when he was at the last gasp, he said, Thou like a fury takest us out of this present life, but the King of the world shall raise us up who have died for his laws into everlasting life. After him was the third made a mocking stock, and when he was required, he put out his tongue, that right soon holding forth his hand manfully, and said courageously, These I had from heaven, and for his laws I despise them, and from him I hope to receive them again, and so much that the king and they that were with marvel at the young man's courage. For that he nothing regarded the pains. Now when this man was dead also they tormented and mangled the fourth in like manner. So when he was ready to die, he said thus, It is good being put to death by men, to look for hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. As for thee, thou shalt have no resurrection to life. So, like one of the brothers said, he said, it is a good thing to be put to death from men, to look from hope from the Most High, to be raised up again by him. So it's a good thing to die in righteousness. Then looked he unto the king and said, Thou hast power over men. Thou art corruptible. Thou doest what thou wilt. Yet think not that our nation is forsaken of the Most High. But abide a while, and behold his great power, how he will torment thee and thy seed. After him also they brought the sixth, who being ready to die said, Be not deceived without cause, for we suffer these things for ourselves, having sinned against our power. Therefore marvelous things are done unto us. But think not thou that takest in hand to strive against the Most High, that thou shalt escape unpunished. But the mother was marvelous above all, and worthy of honorable memory. For when she saw her 7 sons slain with the space of one day, she bare it with good courage, because of the hope that she had in the Lord. She exhorted every one of them in her own language, filled with courageous spirit, and stirring up her womanish thoughts with a manly stomach. She said unto them, so she was a woman, but she took it as a man, like girded up her lions, as you may say. But I'm gonna stop right there at the 21st verse, and if you brothers want to read on, it's the second Maccabees chapter 7. But I like to remind you to read that story, because that's the type of mindset you gotta have, because what these devils plan on doing to the least to the brethren, maybe in many different situations, they imagine vain things like King Antiochus did, and they're going to try to, that may be some brothers' lot to it may not be that easy where some of us be beheaded, they're going to try some of us are going to be tortured and things like that, to put the fear on the other people to go against the grain, by meaning like taking a chip, or basically like taking a chip and things like that. So let me get that account that I was just speaking of. Next scripture. So we're going to go to Revelations 20:4. And it says, And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi, and for the word of the Most High, Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands. And they lived and reigned with Yahawashi 1,000 years. Yeah. So them are the men. They're not going to take that RFID or NFC chip or whatever chip they want to come out with and try to put it under a new name. We know that's the mark of the beast. And I'm gonna read it again. It says, And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, Revelations 20:4. And I saw the thrones, and they that sat upon them, and the judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahawashi, and for the word of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Yahawashi for 1,000 years. So if that be your lot, then so be it. And it's easier said than done, but oh yeah. Because you must remember, because to fear those that kill the body, but fear him that kill the body and the soul. So I'm gonna get that right quick. Matthew 10:28. It says, and fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear him which able to destroy both soul and body in hell. And who can do that? Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Not man. Man can only harm your body. That's it. That's all he can do. Nothing more. And it's a beautiful thing if you die, for the name of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Anyway, because you're going to be the first. You're going to be the first to rise. Let me get that. You're going to be the first to rise. 1 Thessalonians 4:16. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, and with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of Yahawah, and the dead and Yahawashi shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord. Wherefore comfort one another with these words. So that's when they talk about the clouds, that means the chariots, And we'll get one more scripture. Salah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go here because remember I was saying how everybody have a different lot where this damn devil might try you. So I'm gonna bring this out first. Revelations 2:10, it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. Now we know it might not be literally 10 days. That just might be like a just using like a time frame. Who knows? And we know that's not talking about the spiritual demon Satan. That's talking about a person. Esau. We know Esau, the Edomites are the damn devil. But it says, be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And the last scripture is James 1:12. It says, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord hath promised to them that love him. So to die for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi, that shows love. And it's a righteous and a beautiful thing to do so. You look at, he died for us. He died for the elect of Israel. So Lord will, if you be that number, why not die for him? So that's the spirit and the mindset you gotta be in. So I know I jumped around a lot. Salakia. So hope someone was edified. Shalom.